Hey guys, it's Monday, February 29th. It is 6:42 p.m. and for my brother, happy birthday, Wiley. I love you, and I will see you again at some point. Just happy birthday. Anyhow, today was a really good day. I'm gonna go off of my plan, talking about mental health a little bit. I will state something about mental health, just a little thing. It came to my attention on Friday, and I've mentioned it in the previous vlog, I think, on yesterday's video, about ASD and FASD. Whenever someone asked me my diagnosis before, I'd always rattle off, BPD, ADHD, seasonal affective disorder, social anxiety disorder, and I'd always miss, and the FASD. I normally would mention the FASD, and major depression, but I always forgot one. And it was brought to my attention on Friday that I have a problem if someone is emotional around me. I have a problem with giving off the wrong emotion, I guess, or showing compassion. I'll feel it, and I'm super compassionate. I'm very passionate, actually, but I have a hard time conveying it. I'd feel it in my head, or my reaction would be the opposite of what it should have been. If someone was sad, I'd get either angry, or I'd look like I was happy and I'm not. And that was brought to my attention on Friday by my ex, who happens to be one of my best friends, and she was right. So I did talk to my therapist about it today, and it is totally from the ASD. It's funny because I always had, me not liking to be touched. It was always basically I blamed it on my past. That's also totally another trait of the ASD. ASD is, I'm on the autism spectrum. I'm Asperger's, so high functioning autism. And I had learning disability. I had problems learning in high school. I had problems with high school, and problems with math, and I love science, but I just couldn't catch on to some of the stuff. And I was always big time into music, and I loved drama, and I loved acting, and I loved performing in front of people. Hence why I do these YouTube videos, because I still like it. And I loved English, and I loved reading, and I excelled at reading, actually. I still do. And I loved writing, and I loved writing poetry, and anything to do with the arts I was good at. I'll state that. But anything to do with math or sciences, I was I wasn't kind of bad. Okay. Grade 9. My first year, so I repeated it a couple of times. My first year of grade 9 math, one of my marks was, pretty sure it was no, it wasn't in the single digits, but it was awful close. I think my midterm was 17, 17%. I did horribly in math. In elementary school, I was okay, but once I hit high school, it just went. A lot of my problems started when I hit high school, mind you, but excuse me. And I still struggle a little bit with math. I still use my calculator a lot. Getting better because, when I'm at the gym and I'm loading plates onto the bars, you have to figure out pretty quick what it is, how much you're loading on for example, today, when I did squats, I started off with the bar, it's 45 pounds. I added 2 more 45-pound plates, so I added 90 pounds, so 135 pounds. I wanted to go up to 185, and when I was like, alright, I need to go up to 185, I kind of spaced out because it should be easy. 130, 185, take away 135, it's 50. So I needed 2 25-pound plates, but it just didn't, when I first thought about it, it didn't really add up. But it's okay. So yeah, it makes sense. Like, I remember when my doctor first diagnosed me with ASD a couple years ago, it made sense, like the ADHD did, and the seasonal affective, which I knew, the social anxiety, which I knew, but the ADHD and the ASD were the 2 new ones, and they made sense to me. They still do. This was a tip I got from someone that I knew 2.5 years ago. This is a little thing from Sephora, or Sephora, however the heck you pronounce it. It has these little bumps. It's really good for stimulation, just to, sometimes you need something to calm you down, and just by rubbing it, it makes me focus on that. If my anxiety gets too high, or if, yeah, which tends to happen again with ASD. But the last month of my relationship with my ex, I didn't want to be touched. I had never really liked being touched, but I didn't want her to touch me at all. Like, nothing. Like, she couldn't come up and hug me. She couldn't come up and put her hand on my arm. And it wasn't until about 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago, that I was able to trust someone enough to let them, like, even touch me, like, just by touching my arm, and now they're literally the only person, I think, here in Hamilton, that I will actually let give me a hug, or comes up and, like, it doesn't matter. This person is the only person that I will allow. Because otherwise I tense up and the ASD comes and it's like, freaks me out. It really does. When I say that I don't like people in my bubble, it's literally, I do not want people any closer than, say, it's about a foot, because you can't see it, but about a foot in front of me. No thank you. That's it. I'm done. But my workout today was fantastic. I am a smart one tonight. Excuse me. By the way, my diet today. I don't know what the macros are for everything, but I got up, I went to McDonald's and got a bacon and egg McGriddle, which, by the way, has not upset my stomach, so that's really good. A bacon and egg McGriddle with a hash brown and a coffee and oatmeal. I think I probably hit about 1,000 calories to start off with. And I got a coffee, which is another 70, and then I had another coffee on my way to the gym. I only had like a small though. And then after the gym, I went to my old work, had 2 Big Marys, which worked out to be 1,100 calories. And I'm not sure what the rest of the macros are on those, aside from the 27 grams of protein, but... And I had a diet pop, and then I had another coffee at Tim Hortons, and I'm currently drinking this. This is my favorite energy drink. I really like this. It's Rockstar Sparkling Energy. This one kind of tastes weird. I really like the peach one. I just forgot that I like the peach one better. But no calories, no sugar. Nothing in it aside from 40 grams of salt. And it's, the main ingredient is carbonated water, so it's slightly healthier. Oh, and there's 160 milligrams of caffeine, so my body is still used to the 500 milligrams of caffeine that I was consuming with my pre-workout, so I'm going to slowly start knocking it down, but Yeah. Anyhow, workout. I always normally start with calf raises. It's just the way I move around the gym. When I went in, it was leg day. It's always, I love leg day. I really do. It's my favorite part. But I did I did one set of, I loaded up 180 pounds on the calf raise machine. Did one set of 15, one set of 9, and then I only maxed it up to 360. It's not even the max I can go, but I did that today. And I did 2 sets of 9 at 360 pounds. My back it was that machine that I heard it on, by the way. I went over and did some hamstring extensions. At 135 pounds, I did 2 sets of 10. They still felt good. The squat rack was taken up. So I went over and I did my Bavarian, or whatever they're called, the split squats. I really hate them, but I really want to keep them as part of my leg day thing. And I did one set with 15 pounds dumbbells. And one set with 10, because 15s were literally, as soon as I put them down, they were scooped up by someone who was there. But I did 2 sets of 10 with those. I want to do 2 sets of 12, but they're really hard, and like for each rep, it's like you don't just count one leg as one rep, one leg as another. It's both legs, so it kind of hurts after a while. The squat rack was still taken up, and I really like to do push-ups. I did 50 push-ups yesterday, just for fun. And I did 50 push-ups, one leg with the Smith, using the Smith, so kind of incline. And I did 50 today, which is awesome. Then I went and did squats in the cage because of the squat rack being taken up. I did 2 sets of 9 with just the bar, just to get form down again. Then I did 2 sets of 9. Low bar. That's right. I forgot. Both sets were low bar. At 135 pounds. Yet again, not my max. My max, keep in mind, my max is 225, so I'm not going near my max right now. I'm barely hitting half. And then I did, the 2 sets of 9 were actually below 90 degrees. So I wasn't like this with my legs. I was lower. And then I did 2 sets of 6 with 185 pounds. That was a bit of a struggle, because I'm still having problems because where my muscles are built up here. It's hard because of these freaking stupid sports bras I wear, and the part that I need, where I need the bar to sit, unless I end up wanting to pull myself back like really far or down, it ends up on one of those little freaking parts of my bra, and it ends up really hurting. So I ended up doing low bar for, I think, all of them today. After I did the 2 sets of 6 for the 185, I took it down to 125 because I wanted to get depth with it. And I did 2 sets of 6 for at 125. And that was below 90 degrees, so yeah. I really want to work on getting below 90 degrees for the competition in September. Anyways, I finally got over to use the squat rack, but it was only for deadlifts. And my friend / trainer, he's training me again starting Friday. Yay! I'm so happy. I can't wait. I was starting to do 135 Keep in mind, again, guys, I can do 215 for deadlifts, so 135, way off. But I wanted form. That's all I wanted to work on today for that. I ended up doing a lot. Don't even think I ended up, actually. I think I did more than the 6. But as I went to do the second one, he noticed that I went to arch my back as I went to stand up, and he caught on, and he came over and corrected my form. I took off my glasses for a bit just because I wanted to focus on what was in front of me and not, because I'm nearsighted, so without these, guys, aside from you being able to see my bags, I can't even see my computer, okay? It's a long video and I'm so sorry. But after my form got corrected and it felt a lot better, the weight didn't feel, it still felt heavy for me today, but I also missed a couple days. I haven't gone since Friday, so, and Friday I did upper body, so I think I squatted and deadlifted a little bit, but it just wasn't like focused on legs on Friday. My shining moment, which I'm so happy about. I was happy with my deadlifts, but what I was really happy about was the leg press. I've loved the incline leg press. I even liked the other one, and I went over and pushed 480 on the other one. I just did 10, just because other leg press was taken up by someone. Same person, by the way, who took up the squat rack when I was there, so yeah. But I did 2 sets of 10 at 360 pounds. I have maxed that machine to 500 pounds. It's half a ton. A lot of weight. And last Friday, I pushed it 8 times. I did it more today, but I did the 2 sets of 10. I like doing the lighter weight warm-up. Just warm up my legs. And then I did 2 sets of 10 at 450, which when I first started training with my friend back in January, that was all I could push. That was my max, was 450, was 10 plates, and that was a struggle. Now 450 is like a warm-up to me. I did 2 sets of 10 at 450 pounds. Then got up and took a little, like, I like to take like 30 seconds or a minute, and then I went and I loaded up 50 pounds more, so 225 pound plates. Loaded up another 50 pounds to make it 500 again. Thinking again. Hey, I did 8 on Friday. I think I actually had marked down that I just wanted to do 2 times 6. Oh no, I said 2 times 2, so I only want to do 4. I loaded it up. Sat down on it. By this point, the leg press is actually really hard. It's probably what makes me, I end up sweating more doing leg press. But after I loaded it and I started pushing it, I realized I can do more than just 2. I think I might be able to do more than just 8. I hit my 8 mark. Meantime, guys, on Friday I had to have a spotter, okay? No spotter today. I did 500 pounds, 2 sets of 10, so I pushed that 20 times. And yet again, so happy I wanted to scream, because that 500 pounds, the first time, if you guys ever notice me staring, like looking up to the side, I'm thinking. The first time I pushed it, the first time it was set up for me, it felt like it was going to cave in on me. It literally started coming down, and I knew I couldn't do it, and I like yelled to my trainer. I was yelling at him for him to get it off of me. And then on February 6th, I want to say, oh no, maybe it was the 4th. What day was that? Should have been the 4th, actually. On the 4th of February, we set it up again after a month. Yeah, it had been about a month since I pushed the 450, and we hadn't really done leg press in a long time. So it was my choice. I wanted to do it. And I said, okay, let's try it was the 4th. I tried 500, and I pushed it twice. And then it's been almost a month, and I hadn't pushed it. I had only been doing 450, and I'd been doing a couple of sets of it. It was going like nothing, so I said, alright, I want to do it, and I want to see how many I can do. Last time I only did 2. And on Friday I did 8, and then today I did 2 sets of 10. So, really, really happy. I ran and I wanted to tell everyone, oh my gosh, I just pushed 500 pounds. 2 sets of 10 each, so 20 times. Freaking out. Ran up and told my trainer, and told him that we're going to have to figure something else, that we're going to have to increase the weight once I start training again, because it's getting too easy for me. And he agreed. I am so looking forward to starting training again. This past 2 weeks has really sucked. Training by myself. And it's only been 2 weeks, it's so weird. But I'm looking forward to it. I really miss that hour that, while he's pushing me, I get to hang out with my best friend, and I still get a really good workout in. I get my hour of him kicking my butt. But I genuinely love it. I have such a newfound passion for what I do. And as much as it sucks that I'm not working right now, the 2 things I had to make sure I had money for was the gym and to start my training. I love it. There's a reason why I'm posting a probably 25-minute long video, guys. I genuinely love what I do. Yes, I miss my old job, and yes, I miss my customers. But the fact I can go to my gym 6 days a week and work out for between an hour and 3 hours every day, if I want to, I wouldn't trade that for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. And my mental health is pretty good. This is day 5 of me smiling. Pretty much all day. Last night was the first night, by the way, in about 2 weeks that I didn't wake up crying, so the sleeping pills are starting to actually work. I am adding some colors into my hair in a little bit. That's 4 to 8 shampoos. Where is the other one? That's what I'm adding into the little bit of hair I have. Purple and green, just because purple's one of my favorite colors ever, a lot. And green's one of my favorite colors too. But going into this, so let's see how horrible it turns out later on. Alright, I'm going to end this video now. Thank you guys, that was my workout and my mental health day all combined. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, by the way, it's 7 o'clock and I'm drinking an energy drink. Thank God I take a sleeping pill, eh? Thanks. Good night, guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'm not stealing that. Yeah, but bam. Bam. Good night, guys.